Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and it is time for another no item run, just blasting these out at this point. Today we're going to do Extreme Class, Extreme Super Battle Road. Now this is a stage I actually had some fear for, because I made, when I was originally going through these new 10 stages, I did maybe 10 or so attempts, and I either only made it out of this fight with Trunks and Goten once, or I didn't make it out from the fight with them at all, ever. So this first fight is very difficult. It's one of those things where, like, if you can, like, build a good team and you've got your good rotation set, defensively and stuff like that, and, like, once you get them set, you're good to go. But it's one of those things where it's not, like, you start out with bad rotations and you're just instantly killed in, like, these sort of extreme category stages. So here's the thing. I would argue, I literally just recorded this, I would argue this video is a good demonstration of why I believe Frieza is better than Cooler. I think, like, pretty easily. Cooler, like, there's people who really think Cooler is better than Frieza and Gohan. To me, it's stunning. It's baffling. Like, Cooler, at this point, I would argue is overrated. Like, he is so good. Like, I would not dare say that, but it's like, people, like, I feel like are beginning to, like, actually put him on a pedestal when he's been replaced. Gohan and Frieza are both better, right? Easily, I would say. Now, remember that Raditz has a guaranteed stun for one turn when there's two enemies, and he has 50% damage reduction. And he gets stronger, I believe. I think it's if it's a Goku family enemy. Let me just double check that real quick. Now Frieza, there's so much to explain. So Frieza is a very good tactical unit, very similar to Supreme Kind Kibito, right? The reason I chose to transform right there is because on Super Attack, Golden Frieza has a 70% chance to stun for one turn, so we're able to get out of that first turn with no damage taken. Now, one thing that is an issue here is I want the Int Final Form Frieza on rotation with Angel Golden Frieza. The two of them together are ridiculous. They share 6 out of 7 links. The Frieza, like this, when this guy got his EZA, I was going crazy for Int Frieza when he got his EZA. And, like, no one listened. Like, I feel like no one even talked about him. And, like, I'm going nuts. Like, he's so ridiculous. People don't understand how good Guard is, man. Like, it's because they slapped Guard on, like, STR Ultimate Gohan and, like, some of the Android 16s and, like, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks where it has a chance to activate. But, like, when units just have Guard, they're, like, the best units in the game. Now, Frieza specifically has to have a Goku family category enemy present in order for Frieza to have that Guard active. So, in all of these fights, there's one Goku family enemy. Because of Int Frieza, I am always targeting the other enemy first, right? Like, we got Trunks in stage 1, stage 2 there's 5 enemies, and then in stage 3 we go for Vegeta first, because we want to take down the non-Goku family category enemies, that way that Int Frieza is guarding the whole time. Int Frieza is also a support type unit. Int Frieza also has the attack lowering, and again, sharing 6 out of 7 links with one of the most damaging units in the game is a really big deal after the link level update. Raditz, by the way, remember, his guaranteed one-turn stun activates even without a super attack. My Raditz does have full additional. Let me double check. What does my Raditz have in terms of additional? Let me see the actual number. Because remember, from his passive, he has a one-turn guaranteed stun, but on super attack, he has a 2-turn stun at a 50% proc rate. So, if he double supers, for example, we got 2 chances of a 50% chance to stun, which will last for the next turn. My Raditz has 17 additionals, so it is fairly common to see him get additionals. And then, yeah, so Raditz, 100% attack and defense. Then he gets 2 key, guaranteed stun, and reduced damage received by 50% when 2 or more enemies. And then he gets another 50% attack buff and a 50% chance of critting if there's a Goku family or Namekian category enemy. Of course, there's a Goku family enemy in every single stage. That's really good, right? I'll talk about AGL Golden Frieza in a second. We'll talk more about Angel Golden Frieza. So Cooler is transforming right here, right? Cooler is who will get us killed in this run. Flat out. The biggest risk to us is Cooler. Cooler will die. Funny enough, too, I think with this team build, this was only my second attempt. And I was able to get this done. I was very fearful of this stage. I thought that this was going to be, you know, like an all-day type of thing, grinding it out until we get good luck. But not only do we... was this a second try, I don't really think... Our luck wasn't, like, god crazy or anything like that. Like, the Shadow Dragon Saga stage, I dodged 3 super attacks with level 3 dodge. I would consider that, like, a god-level luck run, right? Whereas this one, it's just, like, my strategy was just on point with this, right? Like, it's just, like, we didn't really struggle too much. This sucked. I think... No, I'm thinking of the next fight. But this is unfortunate, right? It's like, okay, cool. Like, of course, Goten has to attack the start. Because remember, Golden Frieza gets a significant defensive buff after he super attacks. And because of the way the first rotation played out, I transformed right away. I didn't have a chance to stack defense. Also, this is... my cord is messing up. This happens a few times throughout this. I mean, y'all, I ordered a new cord. Nothing I could do. These cords suck ass. Like, it's so annoying. The cord is like $30, and it's like, it lasts for like 2 months. Like, I don't know if it's because I just record all day every day or what, but like, these cords are so horrible. So, occasionally this happens. There's one point where I think I might be right here where I reset the app just because I literally can't, like, I'm not even touching it. Like, the way I'm set up, it's just sitting there, and it's just like, I can't, like, it won't connect. It's like, well, please just connect. Because, like, once I make it out of the first stage, it's like I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I think the turn started, and I reset the app right here, because, again, I just couldn't get it to connect back. It's very frustrating, but it's whatever, right? Okay, so STR Cooler, right? Again, he is one of the biggest liabilities for us. He'll take so much more damage than anyone else on the team. He gets just absolutely ass blasted. This is why Cooler, I can't fucking consider Cooler on Gohan and Frieza's level, because Cooler is not defensive like them, right? Yeah, Cooler does a lot of damage. Guess what? So does Gohan. So does Frieza. Who gives a shit? Cooler gets killed horribly in stages like this, right? Now, as quickly as I can, I do like transforming with Cooler for the extra defense and stuff like that. I mean, one thing is, with the team build we're using here, Cooler does not have access to Big Bad Bosses unless he's going to be next to Int Cell, but my floaters are Int Cell and the 2 Coolers most of the time, right? Well, here we have Big Bad Bosses. Well, I don't know what the friends' links are. We might have Big Bad Bosses, I don't know. Also, the way things played out, I was able to fix my rotations. That, you know, starting in the second fight, I'll have the rotations I wanted, which is going to be the AGL Golden Frieza and Raditz, and then the Int Frieza and Angel Golden Frieza. Now, Angel Golden Frieza, I think, really shows how good he can be in these next couple of fights right here, especially like when we don't have to, when I feel like we don't have to transform right away with him. It's like he just feels so good because, all right, so this is very scary, right? There's 5 enemies. I thought we were like, this is it, GG, we lost right here because Cooler, it takes like 100k from normals, and like if Cooler gets touched, we basically die. So it's like, okay, all 3 units on rotation lower attack, so that's good. Int Frieza is not really going to take damage, right? Because remember, he's supporting, he's got damage reduction. Let me actually go over everything that Frieza does, because again, he's so ridiculous. Like, this is how Dokkan needs to make units. You just make them brutally overpowered against like a certain type of enemy or on a certain team, and it just makes them like last forever. This Frieza is like always going to be good if there's a Goku family category enemy. Guess what? The Goku family category is like the second largest category in the game. So this Int Frieza, despite being a free-to-play unit, is like beyond summonable unit level. He's so ridiculous, this Int Frieza. I'm constantly going crazy about him because of how good he is. I mean, he stacks attack. Oh, I forgot about that. Lowers attack on super attack, 100% attack and defense. And then if there's a Goku family category enemy, he guards, gives all allies 2 ki and 20% attack and defense, and reduces damage by 50%. Like, he's so freaking stupid. Like, he is so ridiculous. Like, it's insane. Like, okay, now one interesting thing about his passive, right? He has 50% damage reduction when guard is activated. If they ever create like equipment or something like that that could give the guard ability, that makes this Frieza like one of the best free-to-play units in the game. Like, if you could have his guard anywhere, he's crazy. All right, so we got lucky. Gohan, if Gohan had super attacked right away there, we die, right? Because remember that Angel Frieza, the first hit, he doesn't have his full passive, then he has his full passive after that. We also got a couple of dodges, which was nice. Now, I chose, remember that Frieza as Angel mode right there, or base form, final form, whatever you want to say. He has a 30% attack debuff for 2 turns, which is super good, right? This is also super scary because, again, it's like, oh, good, Cooler is going to get hit a lot, and I cannot, under any circumstances, like, not push Cooler off rotation. He's got to get off rotation. I also, it's like, all right, well, Frieza is going to have to be the one to get the Dokkan attack here as well, because I need to be getting these same type orbs to heal up as much as possible. The good news is that Tien we can stun, so he can't hit Cooler. And then Cooler has type advantage over Krillin as well. So at this point, it's just like, you know, we'll keep Gohan, trying to keep his attack lowered as much as possible. And then that should allow Cooler to be able to survive. It's just hopefully Gohan does not super attack, right? So seems as though a lot of the plays I was making in this second fight, like, did happen to work out. But, like they weren't super attack, like, really heavy right here, right? Because we very easily, you know, like, Gohan and Krillin could super attack Cooler at the end, and then it's just GG, right? Like, because AGL Golden Frieza getting the Dokkan attack here is obviously not ideal. You know, the best unit to get the Dokkan attack would be Angel Golden Frieza for sure. Because, spoiler alert, we do start transforming with Cooler, and, like, Cooler, you know, is not doing the same amount of damage that Golden Frieza is. I mean, you know, if Cooler can get a double super attack, yeah, but Angel Golden Frieza, once he goes gold, I mean, the damage he's doing is just sickening, right? It's just, he's so overpowered. And the good news, too, is that, remember, in these extreme categories Super Battle Road stages, right, they last a long-ass time. Frieza stacks defense. So literally every single, like, the longer the fight goes on, the easier it gets, because we're able to keep so many of the enemies in check, right? Like Tien, we got lucky. Raditz got the 2-turn stun. Again, that's the thing. That's why Raditz, even though he has a guaranteed 100% chance to stun, I give him full additionals because, you know, on super attack, he can get the 2-turn stun, which is just like, it's so important to get that, right? Just to buy us any breathing room at all, especially when there's 5 damn enemies blasting super attacks and shit like that all over the place. So this turn, now it's like I have to focus my attention on Krillin. Krillin is scaring the shit out of me because if Krillin's super attack Cell, we're probably dead. Because again, everyone knows how good Cell is. Cell's amazing, dominant, a beast. But guess what? That's with all those Cell links active, right? You know, things like Ultimate Life Form, Big Bad Bosses, a lot of these big links for Cell are not activated right now. So we have to be very, very careful. So I decided to transform into Golden Frieza. I think what I do with him is I kill Roshi, I think. I think, like, okay, like, let me just cut down on the attacks we have to deal with on units that are not going to be as good defensively, right? Because at this point, you know, Frieza has already stacked his defense once. He gets the major defense on super attack as well. And, you know, he's got 6 out of 7 links, and most of them are, you know, 8s, 9s, and 10s. So, I mean, this Frieza, my Angel Golden Frieza is really good, right? He's got good equips. I think I have, let me double check what he has, but I think I have, so I have a level 2 crit bronze, a level 3 crit silver, and a level 4 additional gold on my Angel Golden Frieza. So he has 15 additional and 17 crit, because honestly, Frieza, like, both additionals and crits are great for Angel Golden Frieza. Like, I would almost argue there's probably no wrong way to go with him, just as long as he can do both. Right, like, if you somehow have, like, 0 additional or 0 crit on Angel Golden Frieza, you're wrong. But, like, as long as he's able to do everything, like that's what I would argue. More so than, like, oh, every unit has to have 3 dodge. I would argue, oh, I didn't get rid of Roshi. Okay, I got rid of Krillin. Okay, I guess that makes more sense. But I would argue, giving units the ability to do everything is the most important thing, right? And again, Frieza, with his additionals, you know, could have additional 2 chances to stun as Golden Frieza, 2 chances to stack defense as Angel. Then, of course, critting. I mean, he hits ridiculously hard in both forms. So critting, of course, is very, very important. And as, you know, the most damaging unit on this team, obviously he's, you know, we're relying on him for damage. So him critting is going to help us out a lot, right? So we get unbelievable bad luck right here but it actually plays out for us. Now, I say bad luck right here, but it's actually next turn, right? Like, there's no way I can predict what's going to happen next turn, but I didn't mean to kill Gohan. I just wanted to focus on getting rid of Krillin. That's why what I should have done with Angel Gold and Frieza is probably have him super attack Roshi, or I should have realized that Frieza was going to kill Krillin, because I did not mean to kill Gohan like that. I mean, it ends up working out, but that was actually a misplay by me. Allowing Cell to kill Gohan was a misplay, because now that there's not a Goku family category enemy, Frieza is not guarding, he's not supporting, you know, he doesn't have damage reduction, so I can't put, like, and we got fucked. Like, it's like, look at this. There's nothing I could do, because Cooler, there's not a Hybrid Saiyan anymore, so Cooler can't transform. You know, Golden Frieza gets a lot of his defense on super attack. Frieza will get hit really bad, and I'm thinking, like, I mean, I know it's type disadvantage, but I thought Frieza would be able to handle it, and at the very least, I know Golden Frieza would not get hit by Tien. Tien is dead. So this is what I choose to do. Now, again, this doesn't really work out too good, because we take a lot of damage right there. However, it should be fairly obvious how we're able to get the win right here. Now, we take 300k right there. Again, that is, I think, is a perfect example of why I like Gohan better than Frieza, because in that exact situation, Gohan would have taken double digits from both of those. I started freaking out right here because I was like, oh my god, I'm at like 31% HP. Like, we have Cell on rotation, and we're not going to transform. But no, we were at like 29% or something. So Cell transforms, which obviously is pretty good. Cell's stronger in this form. The only thing about Cell in this form is that he now is a nuking unit, right? To get his full defense, he needs to be nuking. Okay, but here's the thing. This is very important. AGL Frieza does not have his passive on this turn. I was so terrified. Again, Frieza does not have his damage reduction passive active, but my AGL Frieza does have 27 dodge. He has full... My AGL Frieza has literal max dodge, as much as we can possibly get for him. And he has type advantage against Goku. So I noticed, okay, whew, I can stun Vegeta, and as long as Goku doesn't super attack here, as long as neither of them super attack, we should be good. And we got lucky. I mean, we got a little bit unfortunate that Vegeta aimed so many attacks before Raditz, but we got the stun off. I'm pretty sure we got the 2-turn stun as well. So Vegeta is sort of in lockdown mode, and of course the stupid cord cuts out. But now at this point, we're pretty much able to keep the two of them, I think, in lockdown mode, like basically the entire rest of this fight. And then, dude, this Cell I don't think Cell crits like once on Vegeta. Because notice, I am just obsessively attacking Vegeta constantly to try and kill him quickly. Because as soon as we can have only one enemy, we're way better off. But Vegeta's stunned, and then, this damn cord. I realized it's like, okay, on this turn, everyone has to attack Goku. Because now we can maybe keep things locked down, where we keep Goku's attack like so neutered that he can barely hurt us, and then Vegeta, we can hopefully keep him stun locked with Raditz, right? So as long as Raditz can continue getting the 2-turn stuns, we don't have to worry about him. Oh, this is taking a long time to get the cord plugged back in this time, because it's like the cord, like, it's plugged in and then it just disconnects, and then it's like I gotta unplug it out, plug it in. Does it work? No. Okay, well, I guess I'll you know, blow on it. I'll try and put it back in, whatever. So with Frieza, we're super attacking Goku to lower his attack. Angel Frieza, we're super attacking Goku to lower his attack. And then with Cooler, same thing. We're super attacking Goku to lower his attack. Because that way we shouldn't have to worry about, you know, really him doing too much damage here. Now remember that Angel Frieza does also seal, so we don't have to worry about Goku super attacking. Remember, he is stacking defense as well. It's like this first attack he takes right here is the only time he's going to take damage, like, in this entire fight, right? Because he'll get his full passive active, and then he's going to start stacking. So, bam, we take that. 30k is not bad type disadvantage in extreme categories through Battle Road. That is not bad whatsoever. But remember, Frieza is supporting him. You know, his attack was already lowered twice, right? Frieza... What is Frieza's attack debuff? Let me double check that. Frieza's attack debuff is 20% for 3 turns. Then Angel Frieza lowered his attack for 30% for 2 turns. And then I think Cooler is also 20%. Let me double check that. What Cooler's attack debuff is. Alright, so we're going to transform with Cooler here. Cooler's debuff. No, it's 20% for 3 turns. Okay. So, Goku's attack is lowered a lot, right? And he can't super attack either. Like, we have him, like, Angel Frieza has him completely locked down. So we don't have to worry about him. And now it's just a case of, you know, we slowly whittle Vegeta down. The quicker we get Vegeta killed, the better off we're going to be. I mean, Cooler could have helped us a lot more, right? Because now that Cooler is transformed, right? Remember that Cooler does guaranteed crits, and he can potentially super attack 3 times. And he does stack attack as well. But, well, I mean, I guess the way these rotations and stuff are built, you know, this is not exactly the best situation for Cooler, I suppose, right? You know, we don't have big bad bosses. A lot of his big-time attack links are not going to be active. I'm also not really... I didn't check what the friend... Like, I didn't think, like, you know, this is a second attempt. I didn't think we were going to actually get this here. But I did not check what the friend was. I was also scared, too, about doing attempts on this because it's like, you know, they're not... Like, Cooler is not as common as you'd think. At least, like, you know, rainbow coolers or two-dude coolers. I mean, there's a plethora of 55% coolers out there, but not, like, rainbow coolers constantly. So, I mean, I got lucky, right? Because finding friends is the most annoying thing about doing these no-item attempts. So, he does so much damage to Vegeta there, but of course, it's only 1 super. Like, if he triple supers, Vegeta gets, like, almost killed right there. But we're able to keep things going, right? We get lucky as well with where the enemy attacks are. Cell's not going to get hit at all, which is good. I mean, well, Cell will probably be fine. But now, okay... See, now the thing is, Frieza's defense is starting to get out of control because he stacks. And again, in extreme category stages, these fights go on so damn long. So now here's where Frieza, you know, where he's so good in long events is really paying off for us here. In that, like, you know, his defense is building up. Because he seals and lowers attack, we just don't have to worry about Goku at all. Look at his attack stat, too. 3.6 million. Like, Frieza is just insane, right? I don't even think it's, like, easily I think Frieza is better than Cooler, right? And then I easily think Gohan is better than Frieza. Because Gohan, you know, people are just not, like, they're going to argue that. Of course, it's fine. But, like, Gohan, you just toss him anywhere, and he's good defensively. Like, you just put him anywhere. Like, it's just how he is, right? And, like, people will say, like, Gohan's links suck. They suck. It's like, well, I guess, but he does have cool judgment and all in the family. Monster defensive links and Saiyan lineage. So, I mean, you know, and Brainiac's is not too bad either if you can get it active. So, it's like, I don't know, like, are Gohan's links that bad? I mean, on a lot of the teams people want to run, like, you know, full Super Saiyan, you know, Blue Fusion, like, type teams, yeah, Gohan's links aren't the best, but if you're actually using strategy with some of these units, right, like, you know, Gohan plus Oob works very well. Right? So, Gohan, I would say... Would I say Gohan is underrated? No, no, definitely not. No way. I would say Cooler, at this point, might be overrated. Frieza is probably properly rated. Because, like, if someone said, like, I think Frieza's better than Gohan, it's like, okay, sure. I mean, I would... At this point, it's like, nah, no way I could say Cooler is better than Frieza or Gohan. But, like, if you want to think Frieza's better than Gohan, I can understand. But, I mean, I easily think Gohan is better, right? Gohan is just... That guard, like, guard is just, it's like one of the strongest things you could do. Like, I would probably say SDR Vegeto's 10-turn super attack, like, mechanic is still, like, the strongest thing any unit can do, but that shit is just so busted. Like, if you had that turn 1, I mean, he's like, it's just so crazy. But anyway, so, I mean, at this point, you guys see the strategy, right? It's trying to keep Vegeta stun locked with Raditz, and we're trying to kill Vegeta as quickly as possible, and then we can keep Blue Goku's attack lowered. Like, just, like, it's so funny because all of these previous extreme category stages, it's like the final stages where all the difficulty was. But for this one, for me, the first 2 stages were the hard one. This final fight was not that bad. Because there's only 2 enemies, right? And going into the fight, we have our rotations in check. Whereas the second fight, there's 5 enemies, and then the first fight, you know, you have just a random rotation tossed out at you. So yeah, we're good. Like, at this point, Frieza's, like, untouchable. Like, his defense is so ridiculously high. You know, we could transform into Golden Frieza. We could do whatever we want to, but it's like, at this point, I think the 2-turn debuff is more valuable to us, plus the seal, than going for the 1-turn stun as Golden Frieza. So that's why we're going to continue right, to keep Frieza in his angel form, keep that attack debuff on Goku, and then finally here, Cooler is going to be able to finish off Vegeta. Vegeta survived last turn with a sliver of health, and he's not stunned by Raditz for 2 turns, but it's like, well, this is not really a situation where we're going to struggle. Here's Frieza dominating. Again, I have very good additionals and crits for him, so he could do either, right? Like, I went very balanced with him. I actually really like my setup for this Frieza. You know, the dodge helps, the attack lowering. Like, you know, we were able to get it done with everything Frieza can do right here. And if you're running him with that int Frieza, boy, it's good. The only thing about that int Frieza, he is not on Frieza's leader skill, right? Because Frieza's leader skill is Revived Warrior and Otherworld Warrior. That int Frieza is from the fight on Namek, so he is not on Angel Golden Frieza's leader skill, which sucks because he's such a monster next to him, right? Especially if you're fighting Goku family category enemy. We're able to get Cell's active skill here, which I love. I think we also get a second Dokkan attack here as well. The second Dokkan attack doesn't actually matter. Because, I mean, you know, Frieza's not going to take damage right here. And then we're going to give Cell the big one right here because he's going to have his full passive active 24 key super attack. Cell would do so much damage in that situation. But there we go. That is the no item run done for Extreme Category Super Battle Road. So at this point, from the Extreme Category stages, all that's left is Fusion. For the Extreme Mono stages, I have Extreme Tech and Super AGL left. And then for the category stages, I have Movie Hero and Ginyu Force left. I might go... I'm going to do either Ginyu Force, Super AGL, or Extreme Tech next. Extreme Tech, I've got a build that'll do it, but, like, finding friend leads is impossible. So I'm probably going to have to go to Twitter and be like, hey, you know, y'all want to set some leads for me? That'd be cool. Super AGL... I need to grind some, it's stupid to just waste my time in there when units are not, like, full level 10 links, because Super AGL is just so ridiculous. So I might want to finish, like, link level 10ing, like, Skinny Boo, and then, like, Krillin and stuff like that, to sort of see how things are going to go. So, again, I might do Ginyu Force next, although I do have to link level the Ginyu Force units, too. I actually, some of the Extreme Tech units I still have to link level, and even the Movie Hero units I have to link level, so this will probably be the last one this weekend. And then by next weekend, again, I'm undecided. I'll probably work on either probably Super AGL or Ginyu Force. I might save Extreme Tech for later on because I'll have to ask people on Twitter for friends. You know, Super AGL, the one good thing is finding friends for that is going to be the easiest of, like, any stage, because all people do is run AGL, LR, Gohan as leads. It's so stupid. It's like, everyone is running AGL, Gohan as lead. You don't have to put your Gohan as lead. Like, please. You know, you find 60 Rainbow Gohans every second on the friends list. We don't need more Gohans on there. So yeah, I'll knock one of these next one out. Fusion, I'm not really even too interested in trying right now. I'm gonna save that one probably for last. I think Fusion is gonna be the most annoying one. I mean, it'll depend on, you know, physical Gogeta fusions, but Fusion is just such a brutal, annoying stage. I don't know. Plus, again, none of my Fusion units are link level 10 or even link level barely at all. So I got a lot of link leveling to do, and it takes a long time to link level if you're not modding. So, all right. Till next time. Till the next no item run.